Welcome back. We are going to combine two sections here. Approvals and time off. Mainly because the approval section, even though it is an important section, is quite self-explanatory. The approval section is only for those that subscribe, and it just allows you to approve submissions from both contacts and accounts. We've seen some examples in past videos, and a full list of what creates an approval can be found in our resource center. First, we are, as an account, going to set some things up. Let's go to User Settings and go to Contact Annual Leave Settings. We have three options. Default annual leave count is the number of leave days a contact is allowed to take per each annual leave annum year. We are going to set that as 20. Our default annual leave reset month is set by default to 1, meaning January. This means that when we move into that month, the annual leave for the contact goes back up to 20. We will leave that like it is. As an account, we are going to be counting their hours against every day of leave. This is important if you want to apply a rate against a contact. We will set this to 7.5, meaning that every day a contact takes as leave is the equivalent to working 7.5 hours. Let's go and have a look at contact management. We can see that each record now has 20 days annual leave. A good idea now would be to see how we submit a leave request as a contact. To do that, let's go and log in as John. If you have not seen previous videos, to do this, go to your user settings and have a look at the test mode settings. You still see a John Smith. Make note of his credentials and use these to log into his account. We are now logged in as John. Let's go to the section, Time Off. You will see a few options along the top. Request annual leave. This is when we want to take some of the allocated time we have been given. Request time off. This is when we want to take time off but we don't want to use any of our annual leave. Directory calendar. This gives us a view of our accounts and which of their contacts have booked leave. Important if your position requires some form of cover. You also notice that we can see accounts with the remaining allocated time. We can also see the next few years. Switching between them will show how many days he has left for each annum. John only has one account, us, and we can see he has 20 days left to take. We are going to request some annual leave. We are going to go through this twice, once without cover and another with. To save some time, we won't run through the time off function, as it's the same thing without the subtraction to leave. We are going to create a leave of 5 days. We are also going to select an account. For this run through, we won't be asking for someone to cover us. Once confirmed, an approval request will be sent to the selected account. We can see that our days for the annual leave annum has decreased. If we select the little calculator next to the account, we can see a breakdown. Let's go back to our account and see John's request. Let's load our approvals and find John's request. Here it is. We can see that the approval shows the number of days he has left. Let's have a look at the calendar to make sure there is no one clashing with his leave request. Let's go and approve this. This form will also show any clashes if anyone John is in a group with also has leave booked. We can also add some notes here. Now let's have a look at the calendar again and we can now see the approved leave. Let's go down to Contact Management and have a look at John's contact record. We can see that his leave has been deducted. While we are here, I will explain how the remaining holiday is worked out. If we go to the filter, we can see the results are based on some date filter settings. The remaining leave is a representative of the remaining leave across the to and from dates. That was a mouthful. Let's filter again, so we just have John's record. We have 15 days available here, but move the end date to next year, where a new annum begins. We now have 35 days. 20 days from the annum where the end date falls in, a new annum year, and the 15 from where the start date falls. Clicking on the little question mark here and then this little calculator will give us a good breakdown. We are going to look at how cover works next. Go to your user settings and make note of Joanna Williams, her username and password. She is going to be covering John. Let's go back to John's account. We can see he has a new consideration, telling him his leave has been approved. Let's go to his time off section and we can see the leave has gone. This is because it has been approved. It's just being filtered out. We can see it again by unchecking Hide Actioned. OK. Now let's do the same, but this time, we are going to need some cover. Let's load the form for annual leave. Fill it out as before, but this time we are going to assign some over for my leave. You will see a list of names. These are contacts that belong to the account that are part of its directory. Select Joanna Williams. Confirm. Unlike before where the approval was sent to the account, the approval is first sent to the contact Joanna Williams. So next we will log into Joanna Williams' account to confirm the cover. We are now in Joanna Williams' account and we can see she has an approval. Go to the approval and we are just going to approve it. We will have a little warning making sure they are fine with it. She is. Once that is approved, a new approval is waiting for us at our main account. Let's head over there now and have a look. Let's go down to approvals and we can see the request. Make note that the remaining leave takes into account what was approved before. We can also see that the account is being covered by Joanna Williams. Let's approve the leave. Let's have a look at the calendar. We can see the approved leave now and who is covering. Joanna Williams will get a consideration when the required cover is approaching. Let's head back to John's accounts and see how he is looking. We can see that the leave has been approved and his leave reduced. Let's leave it there. Haha. Any questions about leave or anything else, go to the website and send us a message. Until next time, your pal, Layla.